Governments everywhere are looking at strategies to modernize and transform continuing care. People have been talking about this for quite a long time without a lot of action, and in particular in the last year and a half with COVID-19, it has brought a spotlight to folks who are working in and residents of continuing care. The pandemic took a terrible toll on our continuing care residents and families, as well as claiming 6 of the dedicated staff who care for these residents. I've promised that we will honor those we've lost by working to improve the system. And this review is the key to delivering on that promise. And this report makes 42 recommendations that would transform, that would modernize Alberta's facility-based continuing care system. And the recommendations will improve the quality of life for residents and families. In fact, it puts quality of life right at the front, right at the center of these recommendations, and the work environment for staff and for operators, and help us to make use of better use of taxpayers' dollars. The report also takes into account the lessons of the pandemic and its impacts on the residents and their families, on the staff and the operators. And this includes updating the design guidelines for continuing care centres and targeting capital funding to support a greater variety of models to be built throughout the province.
The recommendations will go a very long way to eliminating the fear that many Albertans have of one day needing to place their loved one in care, and to eliminating our own individual fears of one day needing those services ourselves. The recommendations go a long way to tackling the most important aspect of any supportive or long-term care home: a good quality of life for residents and a good end of life. This means a life lived with dignity, not only without fears and free from pain, agitation, restraint, pressure sores, and depression, but with the experience of life quality, feeling safe and loved, having choice, having enough human touch, enjoyment, and laughter, experiencing the sights, sounds, and tastes that bring all of us pleasure.
This is exactly what seniors and those needing and providing care have advocated for a long time, and we are now taking action. With a modern vision for continuing care service delivery comes the need for updated, flexible legislation, one that we can use in the years ahead, as some of the current legislation is over 30 years old. Findings from the report will help to guide the development of new continuing care legislation. Over the summer, as the Minister referenced, and into the fall, alongside the development of new legislation, collaborative work will be completed to develop an action plan outlining how to prioritize and implement the recommendations MNP has made.